This is kind of a shorter version of some of the live Logic Pro production videos I've been making recently. For this video, I made an upbeat modern trap beat, kept it pretty simple, and I edited the video to only leave in the most important production and songwriting things. I didn't put in all the processing that I've put into other videos. So without wasting any more time, let's get right into it. I drew in some simple chords. That was the foundation of the track. I chose a very simple pad in Logic's Alchemy, sine wave, sine bell pad, and this is just a placeholder. I'm going to end up choosing a different instrument later on. Next, I recorded a melody. Next I went back into Logic's Alchemy and chose a pad sound that fit better for the track. I settled with this mallet sound. And I used this mallet sound for both the backing chords you're hearing here and the melody over it. This is my go-to delay, Native Instruments Replica XT. I use the ping pong setting and it adds a lot of movement to that plucked pad sound. Nice ambience and ethereal sound. Swapping out the melody layer with the same mallet pad. And messing with some of the sidechain settings. I put Audiority Polaris, which is a shimmer reverb on the main pad. Adds a nice lush reverb with some higher harmonics. And then I moved on to programming a beat in XLN XO. I used the sequencer initially, but then I ended up going back and tapping in my own beat. Here I'm messing with a couple 808 sounds in Logic Sampler. I ended up swapping that out for FAW Sublab. I found a bass 808 sound I liked and I shortened it a bit and added some distortion to make it work well with the track. I then went back and tapped in my beat with XLN XO. And just quantized it to remove any mistakes. I copied the kick pattern over to FAW Sublab, and here I'm rearranging the bass notes to create a bass pattern that works well with the kick and the chords of the song. Here's the bass pattern I made. Next, I took the main chords of the track, put an arpeggiator on it, and found a nice sound in Serum to add some movement to the rest of the track. Kind of an analog sounding pluck. Then I moved on to programming my hi-hats with Logic's Drum Machine Designer and the step sequencer. Now I'm going through the step sequencer and editing the pattern to create more of an intricate trap sound to the hi-hats. Here's what I got. I also added an open hi-hat sound. Just had to find the sound that I liked. And I'm now recording in a percussion and shaker part on XLN XO. Just adding in a couple more percussion sounds to keep the drums interesting. I then went back into Serum to find a sound to put on top of the chords, create some sort of arpeggiated melody. Here I played it an octave up to make sure that I had the notes right. And in the next clip I'm going to record it an octave down, where it ended up in the song. I wanted to create a transition point in the song, so I picked a couple more sounds in Serum and settled with this nice analog sounding pad. Next, I'm going to find another sound to arpeggiate to work on top of that new pad I just chose. Here I bumped the notes up an octave. Going back in and editing some of the 808 notes. I also wanted to add a new 808 sound for the transition point of the song. I went back into Sublab and found a much deeper, longer 808 sound. Here I'm tweaking some of the ADSR for the envelope of the Pluck sounds in Serum, as well as the cutoff frequency. I also went searching for some different sounds. I really like these retro analog sounds though. I settled with this bell sound. That's it for the whole production. I just did a little bit more tweaking and arranging off camera, and here's the final product.